Hello everyone, my name is Matthew here with Crescentbow. We're doing a self-graded card review of a 1995-1996 Scoring King insert from Fleer Ultra featuring Michael Jordan of the Hot Packs Parallel. Lady the Chihuahua is looking for attention. She just ran out of the room. That's what the dog does. Doesn't get near enough attention. I take a small break to record some videos and post content, and the dog starts to freak out because like, oh my gosh, we're not together. Wow, it's okay. You're going to be all right. Codependent dog. She's the long-haired Chihuahua. She's on the YouTube channel. You see her everywhere. So, disclaimer. Every video, we basically cannot guarantee the grades in this video or any video. We can't guarantee the grades of crossover other grading companies. We can't guarantee that the grades will increase or decrease the monetary value of the card. What I can say is this is my best way of assessing and finding the condition, and using Grok AI, a cross-referencing tool, a AI agent that Twitter/X has. I cross-reference these cards. This is now, I think, the third or fourth time we've graded this specific card. And the other ones, I believe, got like around 7.5s. I think one maybe got an 8. This is on the verge of an 8, but the surface is really the biggest drawback compared to other cards that we've graded, like this specific card. So we will start with the surface. The centering, honestly, is very similar to other centering. You can kind of see that the N in the bottom right corner is, an anchor point that I quite often use. The shield itself, you can kind of see the space on the right side at the top of the shield to the left side. There's a little more room on the left side. So I believe probably a 9 for centering. We can also take a look at the back. See how the back, I like that right there. So that's pretty close. It's in between 9.5 and a 9 for centering overall. I think I am going to land on a 9.5 for centering on this card. So that's the good news. And now let's kind of break out the bad news, what could be the most problematic part of the card. And it is the surface right here. So you can kind of see it's a bit of wear and some, a little bit more on the extensive side of wear, but it is not really can't really clean this. This is just how the card is. It's from 95, 96, so it's almost 30 years old. So, when that happens, you're just going to have some surface issues occasionally. So yeah, this is what we're up against. And, the question is how much does this really deter the grade? This amount of surface wear, you can kind of clearly see it on the shield area, kind of even almost like an indentation there. So we're going to take into the surface as a whole, like almost if this is 100%, how much of the percentage is really damaged, and then what kind of cross-referencing would the other grading companies take down for that surface. And mainly just on the front, nothing really much on the back. So that's nice. And there's no real scratching, no real micro scratches. Just the edge wear on this shield. So the question is, how much do we take down because of that? And it is not an easy direct answer. When I try to cross-reference this layer of imperfections on the surface, I say to myself, what would other grading companies give that? And I'm in the 6 to 6.5. I don't know if it's a 5 or below. I believe it's in the 6 to 6.5 percentage off points that we would give this. So I'm leaning towards 6.5 for surface, and that kind of lets people know there's some significant wear. It'll be in the notes, obviously this video, but in the description of the eBay posting. So right now we have a 9.5 and a 6.5. So corners and edges will be the next part, and usually this back edge is where I would say most of the cards that we grade, this is where the most of the wear is. And this is, again, on this specific card, where the most of the wear is. And it's not nearly as significant as some of the other back edges that we've seen. You can see a little bit there on the left edge, a little bit of wear. So we're taking all of this into consideration and arriving probably at a 7 for edges, because it's probably a 7.5 to a 7. I'd probably go 7.5 on the edges for this card. And now we're taking a look at corners, and corners are really sharp. What's really nice about this card is the corners. So those are in between 9 and 9.5. That up there is about an 8 to 8.5. So overall, we're between around a 9 for corners. A little bit 8.5 there, kind of closer to 9, closer to 8.5. So probably a 9 on corners is where I'm landing for corners. Or I could go 8.5 because we did see a little bit of wear on one of them. I think since this card's a little older, I am going to go 8.5. All right, so now we're going to average out some things and see what we arrive to. In between an 8.5 and a 6.5 is a 7.5. So we have two 7.5s and a 9.5. So if I average out a 7.5 and a 9.5, I get an 8.5. If I average out a 7.5 and an 8.5, we get an 8. So we're arriving at 8. And whenever I pumped this through Grok, I did a kind of pre-test. It was around an 8 too. So I believe that is the accurate grade for this card. Thank you for watching. Continue to watch. Watch all of our videos. Enjoy yourself. There's more than just grading. Some of there's humor. Sometimes Ladybug jumps on camera. Keep watching.